Let's see here. Are we live? Are we live? What's going on here? What the hell? Okay, hold on, guys. Let's make sure we are live. Oh, is it doing this to me today? Of course it is. All right, I got a. Looks like we got an ad. All right, another ad. How many ads do you gotta have on Rumble? All right, awesome. So, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are back for a Wednesday show. I am super excited. Today is going to be an amazing show where we're talking about Glock slides. All of us love building Glocks over here, so we got a special guest. I've been really excited to get on the show. I'm a big fan of their work, their affordable Glock slides. But before I introduce them, let's see who we got. We got 3 people watching, so guys, let me know who you're out there. I see Hot Dog 990 out there. He is a mainstay, amazing uh, follower of the channel, supports us all. Us, Dark, Crump, Flying Rich, Hank Strange. Hot Dog is the real winner. Guys, also, we are 3 subscribers on YouTube away, 3 or 4 subscribers away from reaching our 5,000 subscriber goal. I want to reach 5K on YouTube by the end of the month, and I feel I got it in the bag. I think we can do this. I'm hoping we can because personally, I would like to reach that 5,000 subscriber goal. But without further ado, let's start the show off like we're supposed to, and we'll get into a wonderful conversation. Alrighty, well, hold on 1 second. Gotta change this. We almost. Oh, goddamn. Hold on, I'll bring it right back in a second, buddy. What is crack-a-lackin', everybody? I can't even press buttons properly here on Rumble. Thank you. Welcome back to the Shooting the Woods podcast. My name is Joe. You are watching Shooting Gallery live on Rumble. This is episode 265 of the Shooting the Woods podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you that have been so loyal and watch the show every single week. I see you guys on the live chat. I appreciate every single one of you. But before we get into our guest and some awesome conversation, let's thank one of the companies that makes this show possible. Today's podcast is sponsored by our friends over at Anderson Manufacturing. They are the industry leaders in AR-15 low receivers or complete rifles. They have the Kiger, which is their Glock 19 Generation 3 clone, using the SET frame and their own in-house designed slide. They also have the Anderson Frontline. You guys know I've been a big fan of this platform. They are a American-owned business right in Hebron, Kentucky. American-made ingenuity and manufacturing. Guys, check out Anderson Manufacturing. You can save 10% off by using code JOJUICE. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's podcast. And big thanks to Anderson Manufacturing. We got the Frontline in 300 BLK, 300 Blackout. Okay, Sally's out there. There's nothing in the chamber. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful gun. We actually got an magnifier and red dot on the way. We're swapping out this brace because we all know I'm not a fan of the Magpul blade. And okay. Brownells needs to kind of get. I love Brownells to death. We love them. I'm a BOP guy. Sorry, BOP guy for life. But let's just say they need to ease up on the ammo prices. I only got 60 rounds of subsonic 300 Blackout coming in, so our first shots video is only going to be 2 mags, but we can get it done, sighting in the optic, all that good stuff. And you can actually save 15% off At Anderson Manufacturing with Code Joe Juice. Just want to put that out there. So, guys, without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest. He is from the great state of Arizona. They have been making some amazing slides for a good quality price. I see Hair Girl 95 out there. What is up? Thank you for joining each and every single week. But without further ado, we have Robert of Stiffler Manufacturing. All right, let's see if I can. There he is. How you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Happy to have you on. I'm glad we got. I think you this is this your first live stream you've done or no?
Yeah, first one, I believe.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the W in my corner. So I got the first live stream with Stiffler Manufacturing. So I'm gonna take that dub. But I appreciate you coming on, man. I like I told you in the pre-chat, I've been a big fan of your slides and a lot of the products you guys have. You're selling parts kits, all that. But why don't you go ahead and tell people who you are, where you got, what do you guys do for that whole spiel.
So Stiffler Manufacturing, we've been in business for a little over 2 years now. Started in January of 2023. We started our business actually in Florida, from Arizona originally. Went out there, got some training, set up our shop, moved it back to Arizona. And that first year, it was just finding a lot of business. Who would be willing to try out our slides? Who's willing to take a chance? Second year running, now we've got distributors, we've got gun shops, some vendors, and we're just rolling from there.
Hell yeah, man. Where did you start in Florida?
Lehigh Acres, out
Okay, so
near
yeah,
Fort Myers.
yeah. All right, so yeah, it's about an hour from me. Yeah, I'm in Sarasota area, so that ain't bad. Not that bad. A little
Yeah,
bit
we
of
were
a
there for
haul, but
about
it's
6 months or so.
nice, nice. And you were just like, I can't do this Florida humidity. We're just gonna go to the desert.
Yeah, I had to head back home to the desert.
Yep, yep. I get it. I get it. And again, I feel bad because it's like almost pretty much 5 o'clock where you are, and I'm like, oh man, that time change. But yeah, man, dude, I tell you, the slides that you guys produce are freaking awesome. Like some of the designs you make with the slide cuts and the window cuts and everything, and your Cerakote, all that. What made you want to start getting into the Gen 3 slide game?
So that started with my brother. He's the owner of it, Brian Stifler, and kind of family friend, and our dad, who's a machinist, and our grandfather, who was an engineer, architect, and machinist. And so it just kind of rolled from there, just kept going down. We're both gun advocates, both spent some time in the military, and it just kind of rolled into it one day, explored it, and ran with it.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for your service, by the way. Appreciate that.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
so, all right. So, big gun guy, you just were like, what, let's just try it. What was like the first, like, do you still have the first slide you ever milled?
Yes, it's at the shop. Eventually, we plan on putting it in like a case or something, but we do have the first slide, and we have the 10,000 slide.
The
That
10,000
one,
slide. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I
We
like that.
probably should have kept a few others, here and there, like the first of this model or that, but sometimes you were just setting up to sell as fast as you could, so you didn't always keep the first model.
Yeah. And, you guys starting in 2023, I mean, that's kind of coming towards the tail end of the pandemic when everyone's getting, all the gun craze pretty much over with. Probably easy a couple million more people got into guns. A lot of them probably bought Glocks.
Oh, a
Uh,
lot.
so first step is, oh, I bought a regular Glock that doesn't have optics cuts. You're coming in with slides that are under $200 depending on the model and Cerakote, and it's cut for an optic. What? Okay, I already know the answer to this. What is your slides cut for?
Trijicon RMR. And we go with
Okay.
the flat cut without the boss lugs.
Okay. So industry should be industry standard. I appreciate that because you have no idea how many people are like, I gotta get a plate for this. It's like, no, direct cut on the slide, no plates, RMR. If someone comes at me saying, "Oh yeah, my slide's a doctor cut," I don't need to be friends with that person. Okay, no one used doctor cuts. Like it just Holosun, Gideon, Trijicon, one of that. It's the smartest way to do it. So okay, so you start off obviously with Glocks, obviously. Um, how fat? Like you were telling me before, it took you a little bit to kind of get people to get behind the brand and stuff like that. How hard is it especially in nowadays, was it starting out and trying to get your product out there, trying, obviously social media, they just kind of, it makes it impossible for anybody in the firearms industry to promote their stuff.
Oh
And
God.
what were some of the trials and tribulations you went through that first year?
So a lot of it, especially eBay. So
Yeah.
when we first started, they'd only let you sell so much, and so you'd be cranking out slides, but you could only put up, you're selling slides $100, $150, and you could only put up 10 slides. And then on top of that, because a primary amount of our market was eBay, as a new seller, they'd hold on to your money for anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So there you are sitting there like, how can I pay bills? How can I pay
Yeah.
this? And you pretty much got to beg, borrow, and steal to pay your debtors
Yeah.
for that
I
first three to
mean,
six
yeah.
months.
Yeah, CNC machines aren't cheap too, and if you're cranking them out left and right, okay. So what's the deal here? My CNC machine ain't cheap to run. I got electricity running 24/7. Like eBay's
That was
not
the
giving.
point we had, I think, 500 plus slides just sitting in a pile, just
Oh
sitting there waiting to be sold and doing nothing for like that first 6 months. They just kept accruing because you can only sell so many on eBay. We didn't have a physical store. We still don't have a physical store, but no one would visit the website.
yeah,
And so everything was just through eBay. And we were stuck with a lot of their standards on how you can list something. You've got to word things a certain way. And then they just hold on to your money for a while too.
yeah. I feel like that should be illegal, but I'm not a eBay. I don't. I'm not a big
You
wig.
pretty much agree to it by, there's like a contract. I mean, everyone clicks through it, nobody reads it, but you essentially agree to it.
Yeah, everyone just clicks it. They don't care to read the fine print. And just who hasn't done that? I've done that all the time. Every time they're like, I just got a new iPhone yesterday, and they're like, oh, sign this, this, this. I'm like, I'm not reading any of that. I just want my phone. Like, come on, man. Like, Kurt 24, the one of the most dedicated viewers is out there. What's up, man? He says, really is a lot of slides in that short of time. He's actually from 2023 to
Oh
now.
God, yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. All right, so when it comes to your design, like your designs and stuff like that, what made like because you have I'm looking at your website right now. You have like four models. You have the Viper. You have okay, I have it right here. Hold on. You have the Leonidas. You have the Viper. You have the Helot and the Zoom. Four slides, all that. So like
Yep.
when you're picking out these four SKUs, not SKUs, but four designs, how did you come up with them? Because again, when you really look at them, there's a lot of attention to detail. You kind of play along the second cool factor on a lot of the people that want to upgrade their aftermarket slides to you want the window cuts, you want different slide serrations, different Cerakote stuff like that. Was it just you playing around with SolidWorks or whatever program and saying, okay, this looks cool, okay, this takes X amount to run on a slide, okay, this takes this long in the machine, let's see how many we can crank out? Like what was some of your design
A lot
inspiration?
of it was looking at a lot of what the competition was. You look at Zev and Safiri and Grey Ghost and everyone else who's out there, and you're like, how can I make something and not copy them?
Yeah,
Because
exactly. It's don't copy.
and I get it, we're all at a point where we're basically reusing Glock's design because the patent expired, and that's how everyone's able to do this now.
Yep.
And
Same thing with we have the Ruger RXM right here. This
yeah,
is based off the Gen 3. This is a Gen 3 slide. You can put a Gen 3 slide on here, no problem. And there you go. But the patent expired. What? I think it had to be over 10, 15 years ago now because for a while everyone's been cranking on
oh
Gen 3
yeah,
parts.
and that's what keeps everyone from doing certain things. It's just the patents there. But once the patent finally expires, I think probably the best company that's good at keeping their patent and renewing it is Disney because they love not having people touch their stuff.
Oh, I've heard stories of shops down here that do, Cerakote and slides and stuff like that. And they've gotten like cease and desist for like doing like
Oh yeah,
Mickey Mouse Glocks and stuff like that. It's like Disney pays people like a lot of effing money to scour the internet for like intellectual property. Like
Oh yeah.
it's crazy.
Glock does too, actually, funny enough. If you start making things that are similar to Glock, start using their terminology, a Glock attorney will eventually find you and will reach out to you and say, hey, it's cool you're doing this. You have to do it A, B, and C.
Don't
And
do
if
it.
you don't, X, Y, and Z is going to happen.
If you don't, we're gonna take all your shit. Like,
Pretty much.
yeah, I mean that's insane. But I get it. Like they took the time, they spent all those years trying to build their thing, and obviously that's what trademarks are for, and I get that. But it gives you the opportunity now where that patent's expired to you have from what you see from definitely from what I see a flourishing business where you have all different types. So all right, so with all those four, what is your favorite slide? I know you got some slides there you wanted to show off as well.
Favorite? It probably doesn't sell the most, but favorite is probably the Leonidas,
Okay.
which is this one right here.
Yep, I really like the slide cuts that go all the way around it too. It's nice. It's real nice. So how if you're throwing that in the CNC machine, typically how long does it take um, for the slide to come out after all the operations?
When we first started, it probably took us about 2 days.
Oh wow.
But we've gotten a lot faster than that, and so now we're cranking out slides. We can do a whole batch of these in less than a day.
Okay. All right. That's not that
Yeah,
bad.
and this one still takes the longest. There's just so aggressive on how many cuts
Yeah.
there are, and if you don't do it at the right speeds, you are just going to snap end mills doing all these cuts.
I was gonna say I can't
So,
imagine the deburring that has to go on with that.
oh god, yeah, this one's the hardest on the deburring, which is usually why it's the most expensive. It was initially a lot more expensive until we got better at making it. And we've tried to do that a bit too, where once we improve it, see if we can pass on some of the savings to the customer too.
Yep.
And sometimes we can't, where unfortunately everything is going up right now. Like steel has gone up a lot. Our end mills are going up.
I was
Coolant's
gonna
gone
say
up.
that's what I was curious. What is especially with the whole tariff thing and all. I don't get into politics. I think it's completely just annoying. It's not my thing. But working at a manufacturer, the price of steel has been going up. How does that affect you in your current in the current kind of landscape? How is the price of steel going up and all that affecting you?
So far, it hasn't been too bad. Steel has gone up, but we've been able to mitigate some of it because we're buying wholesale.
Yep.
Like when we
Yep.
buy steel, we're not just buying 100 bars; we're buying thousands of bars.
Yep.
And same thing with everything else we're doing in the shop. It's just we mitigate it with some wholesale, and a lot of our distributors mitigate their like when they buy from us, they're buying 50, 100, 500 slides, and so that kind of passes off to their customers. So when the individual customer hits it, we're still able to keep it somewhat affordable,
Yep.
especially compared to some of the other ones we've seen out there.
Yep.
Um, Sometimes you look at a slide and you're going, "Damn, how are you charging that much for that?"
Yep, yep, completely get that. So your slides are all made out of 17 stainless, correct?
Yes.
All right. So they're stainless steel. Now on your website, you also offer parts kits. Can you divulge where you get your parts kits from?
Yeah, we get those from SCT Manufacturing. So they're
All
not
right.
OEM, but they do work pretty well. We use them in all of our own personal builds, and we haven't had any issues with them yet.
I'm a big fan of SCT. I love their frames. I haven't tried their subcompact 43X frame yet, but their 19s and 17s, love them. I think they're the most. I personally think the SCTs are some of the most comfortable frames on the market. Um, so with you having all again, you guys sell slides at affordable pricing. You're pretty much kind of controlling the Glock 19 slides. But now do you have? I'm guessing I'm looking here. You have what other models do you offer? Do you offer? I'm guessing 17, 43, 43X, and
Not
maybe
yet.
okay.
So we are trying to get the 70. We have a 17 prototype,
Okay.
and we just want to do some improvements on it before we actually release it. But we've been waiting to get some new machines in, and we're hoping we'll have it ready by quarter 2 this year. So
Okay.
sometime April to June timeframe, if nothing throws a wrench at us, we should have 17s going.
All right. All right. Well, I know I'm hoping you can do this. but we're waiting on 17L. That I think that's the next progression. I don't know what people are saying, but I know a few of us are saying 17L aftermarket slides. That's what we need. You know.
After the 17, the three big ones we're looking at are going to be 43,
Yeah.
26, and either 17L or 34.
Okay.
One of those.
Okay. All I'm saying is I call dibs on the 17L naming. It just needs to be called the Stiffy. That's all. That's all it needs to be called, the Stiffy. I just throw my name in the
We
hat.
could run
Go
with
ahead.
that.
All right, cool. Well, hey, as we're getting on this conversation, we do got to pay the bills, so let's thank one of the other sponsors of the podcast. There we go. Come on. Is it playing? There we go. Or big boy clothing. It doesn't matter. You don't got to be a big boy, but they have the best t-shirt designs. It's our exclusive merch shop, so you can get our logo t-shirt, the Tactical Man t-shirt, hats, tank tops, cell phone cases, you name it. We got a bunch of merch over there. But also, if you're looking to get good quality holsters, the Fat Tac holster, they have a premium and standard, very quick ship options. They also have medical gear, body armor. They offer Goon Beam over there for your flashlights. They have everything you possibly can think of. Head over to fattac.com. There's going to be a link in the description. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's podcast. Now let me ask you guys a question. Are you a big guy? Are you a Fat Tac guy? I'm a Fat Tac guy. Guys, fattac.com is your one-stop shop for big boy clothing. It doesn't matter. You don't got to be a big boy, but they have the best t-shirt designs. It's our exclusive merch. Guys, fattac.com, check it out.
I don't t-shirt, the Tactical Man t-shirt.
Rumble. There we go. So fattac.com, check them out. They are one of the longest, very proud sponsor of the podcast. I use the Fat Tac holster exclusively here on my PSA dagger. This is the standard holster. You can get our hats, all that good stuff. Check it out. If you are looking for some big boy clothing or just a one-stop shop, they sell Goon Beam, they sell Blue Alpha gear, they sell them all. Check them out. We really appreciate you. So you go, you're just doing mainly 19 slides right now. You're hoping to do, pretty much the big ones. Your Cerakote is something I find extremely creative. I'm an old painter. I get geeked out over Cerakote designs. Who does your Cerakote, or do you do that in house?
We do it in house, and it took a lot of practice.
A lot of practice.
A lot. Okay. Oh yeah, there were plenty of blems early on, paint runs, bubbles didn't cure right, and we dialed it in. And even now, when we try a new color, or like Cerakote's releasing a whole new series coming out soon, and you've just got to, because each color it settles differently.
Yep.
And it cures differently, so you've just got to work with it and find out how it sprays best and how it works best on each slide. Yep. And the slides that's like the easiest is the zoom. There's no windows, no super aggressive cuts, but then you go and do something like the Viper or the Leonidas, and you've got to spray a little bit differently.
Yep, I'm actually going to try and share my screen if I'm able to, because I try and press buttons here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, continue. What's going on here? Why am I doing this? What? Okay, is it working? There we go. All right, cool. So, guys, this is Stiffler Manufacturing. Big shout out to Kurt24 in the chat for sharing the website. But we also see DLD After Dark out there. What is up, my brother? So this is just some of the examples of the Cerakote. I like the orange that you guys do. It really does pop. I got some gold here. So this is the zoom for those who are wondering. Then the next one down is the Helot. Is that how it's pronounced?
Helot or Helot, but I guess both are technically correct.
Okay, we're gonna go with Helot because it's easy for my Boston ass to say. The Viper is I think the Viper is my favorite personally, just because of the window cuts and all the serrations on it. Again, guys, all these slides are pretty much under $200, except the Leonidas, which is a little bit more because there's a lot more cutting involved. But then you go down, you go to your most popular. Okay, we're gonna go new products. This is what I was like, oh man, you can get really artistic here. I really like this. You got some battle worn. You got a little bit of just all different types. This one is my favorite, the cookies and cream. I am in love with this slide. I have so many ideas what I could do with a build. If I could get this personally, if I got this pattern on the Viper, I think we might have a new build. I'm just saying, that
We
that
do have more of those coming. There are going to be all of them will eventually be cookies and cream, and all of them will eventually be camus and space warns, and it's just getting the time to get down and do them.
I will say, um, I understand why people do it. I get it. People are into the zombie stuff. This is actually done very well. I'm not the biggest fan of zombie colors, but the detail with the splatter, I like it. So how are you doing the splatter on stuff like that?
So that's actually where you change up the hose pressure,
Yep.
and you kind of just tap it lightly,
Okay. All
and
right. Yep.
you can get a bit of a splatter coming out of it.
Okay. Because I was taught where you just kind of you could spray the Cerakote on a glove and just kind of flick it. That
Yeah, we've tried that one too as well.
Yeah, that's how I know how to get the splatter. Let's see. We got WD Mirror out in the chat. What is up? And look at god damn. Hot Dog 990 out there. What is up? He just gifted 10 subscriptions on the channel for Rumble. Thank you, Hot Dog. You
Hot dog
are
is wild.
dude. He's the reals G out there. Okay, we got DLG After Dark, Hairgold 95, WD Mira, Kurt 24. Damn, everybody's a friggin' channel member. Thank you, Hot Dog. I appreciate you, buddy. That truly means a lot. So hell yeah, that's awesome. But then another one that I like is the Liberty. So this one here, I like it. It's got the splatter. It's got that two-tone look. Let's see if I can get other pictures here. Here we go. Look at that. This is based off the Viper slide, and it looks that nice matte red almost. It's sexy. I like it. So obviously the Cerakote, the tricked out Cerakote pattern is going to be a little bit more. This is going at like $250, but at the same time, if you guys use code DARK, you actually save some, I think 10% off.
Oh yeah, and that one there is a complete too, so it'll come with sights and a barrel and a UPK on that.
Look at that. Look at that. If you guys want to get some liberty in your life, there you go. There you go. Check that out. All right. So I'm going to take a screenshot off so I can at least. Okay. There we
We
go.
actually did that one for a Fourth of July order. Somebody wanted something for that, and
Okay.
so we made a bunch of them. And some people loved it. Some people like, I don't like it. But then it kind of just popped off, especially after we started making completes with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So if your SCT is where you get your completes from, are the barrels coming from SCT as well?
The barrel is an ELD barrel.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Word. Word. Nice. Nice. So one thing I did want to ask you is with on the social media side, did you run into any trouble like getting shadow banned or just like kind of your post taken down? I know you made a stream on Rumble
Oh yeah.
last week. Did you get banned on Reddit?
Yes, yes, we did.
Okay, tell me that because I also got banned on Reddit a couple years ago. My account, I can't post anything, nothing. That was just because I was just posting about like a video I posted, and apparently you can't do that. And Reddit permanently banned my account.
Let's see if I could pull it up. Let's see. The This account has been permanently banned. Check your inbox for message with more information. Yeah, we're still banned. We still keep the account just so we can check in on a few communities, but we were really active on the Polymer 80 community on there.
Yep. Yep.
And Reddit does not like you looking like you're selling anything. However, the rules say as a business, if you are a business, you can promote your product even even in the firearms industry. Could not get their moderators or staff to accept their own rule on that at all.
Yeah. So that naturally that makes a lot of sense. You're a business and you still naturally.
We have that
I
same issue with Facebook actually, real bad,
I've
where they restrict us and
I've cut
threaten to
Facebook
ban
out.
us.
Yeah, I've cut out Facebook on everything, personal and like the YouTube side, the channel page, shut down. I'm good with it. I personally shut it down because I hate Facebook. It sucks. If I didn't have to
No,
do
they're
social
awful.
media, yeah, if I didn't have to do social media for my YouTube channel and all that stuff, I wouldn't have it on my phone. Like it just, I'm all set. I've been banned on every major platform. I'm banned on X. I can't.
Damn,
Yeah, I don't
how'd you pull that off?
I don't know. I just don't know. One day
If I had to guess, someone's probably following and harassing you
I have no idea.
because that happened to us on Reddit and that did happen to us on Instagram. And the only reason we know that is the subreddit moderators informed us, hey, we can't see the username of the person doing it, but someone is reporting every single post and comment you've ever made. So someone went through. I don't know if they're social justice, anti-gun warrior.
All I posted was affiliate links. To be quite honest, I didn't really post anything else. So unless someone was getting pissed that I was posting affiliate links, I don't know.
And it wasn't just us too. It was if you know Superior Trigger, they do trigger mods and things like that. They got targeted. A few other some type of 2A businesses all got targeted on Reddit.
Yeah, I know Q got banned on Reddit real early on. I know I don't know anybody else. I've never heard of. I'm not familiar with that trigger company, but now with the you said you're big on the Polymer 80 side. I'm guessing with the 3D printer crowd as well. With the Vanderstock case that just came down, does that give you any concern knowing that Vanderstock was kind of not in our favor?
A little bit, and we followed a few of them, and from the weird ones, like I believe it was Michigan, where they want to ban certain kinds of colors, which would affect us. Yeah, so actually, yeah,
That's
this is
the
a great
dumb
example.
that yeah okay so yeah what else we got going on?
This is okay. This
Okay.
one here is okay. Viper, this gray,
Yep.
perfectly fine. This Viper, that's orange, not okay. Per their if their law passes.
That is the dumbest. I never understood the
Or
color thing.
this Viper, because it's white, not okay. Per their law.
Again, the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life on colors. Like I can understand if you're an unsavory character that buys a Beretta 92 and paints the end of your barrel orange to make it look like a toy. I get that. That puts people on edge. But really, really,
Yeah. Then that's the same thing as they're trying to do where they ban accessories.
yeah.
They ban everything but the item itself to restrict the item.
It's not now. Where would you say your biggest state that you sell to is? If you say California, I'm going to be shocked.
So yeah, weirdly enough, California, Texas, New York,
Wow.
Florida is a big one. Let's see where else. We get quite a few sales in Nevada, but Nevada also home state of where Polymer 80 got banned
Yep.
and pushed out of existence. So we're not too surprised about that.
Yep. I think 80.
Washington,
I think 80% arms is out of Nevada too.
I think though, yeah, I think they
Yep.
are.
Yep. Yep.
And funny enough, a lot of states where they try to ban everything, we end up selling stuff too. Hawaii, we sell stuff to Hawaii quite a bit.
I am. I am surprised that California is. Granted, Gen 3 Glocks are. Gen 3 Glocks are on the roster. That's why Glock is still making Gen 3 parts because of California. But
Oh yeah.
that's insane.
Well, from what I saw, I guess when we didn't get a chance to visit their booth when we were at SHOT Show this year, but I guess when Glock is also releasing their Gen 6, they're doing some additional stuff for Gen 3 because of the popularity with all the people modding. So they're apparently going to be releasing Gen 3 Glock slides with the MOS optics cut and additional serrations for like front grip like their Gen 5 is.
So they're trying to control the aftermarket.
Could be, yeah. And there's going to be people who are like, well, Glock doesn't make this, so I didn't buy it from Glock. I buy it from you. Well, if Glock starts making it, do we start losing customers? Do other industries start losing customers? Maybe, but it also might be a little too late for Glock to tap that market.
Yeah, I think they kind of because I'm not the biggest fan of the MOS system personally. I prefer a direct mount if I can. That's why a lot of my guns I don't really have plates on. Like my carry gun's a dagger; it's a direct mount.
Oh yeah,
it's I don't want to deal with plates.
that's what we loved about the. We just picked up a Gideon optic and just to try it out on our
Hey,
RMR, and sure enough, works. Love it. And
what Gideon optic
great.
did you get? Did you get the Omega, the
The
Alpha?
Omega.
Okay. I have an Alpha. I want the Omega very badly, maybe to get it on the RXM. So Gideon, if you're out there, Bob, I love you, Bobby. send one my way. I'll do a review. We'll roll it. We'll roll and special this bitch out. Okay, this RXM. Uh, I love getting optics, guys. Use code JOJUICE to have 10% off your entire order. DLD After Dark says there are currently boxed OEM Glock Gen 3 MOS slides on the market today already. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. Liberty can't be canceled. What's up, brother? How you doing? DLD After Dark says, dude, I sell jigs from DLD Hardware and ass load of people in California, New York, in New Jersey, in Nevada, and Colorado, etc. buy jigs. Okay. Hopefully the Valor is out soon. I don't know what the Valor is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Kurt's right. That's the problem with a lot of the Glock OEM stuff is it's too expensive. I mean, they've earned their right. Glock has definitely proven themselves. But sometimes people want something a little cheaper, and we can provide that for people. They just don't
Oh,
want to pay. Yeah,
yeah, the Valor is from Gideon. Yeah, I'm hoping that comes out soon. Yeah, I think Glock is smelling themselves a little bit because for me to buy a Gen 3 complete slide for my Gen 3 frame, because I actually have one right here. Now, I am interested to see how, if I could, if I ever was able to get a Viper or something. But I got the Recover Tactical 2020. All right, look at this. Purdy, purdy. This is a
nice.
Gen 3 slide, just a Gen 3 frame. If I wanted to get a OEM, it's gonna be like $400. That's
At
how much.
least.
Yeah, that's how much I can get one of these for on like AIM Surplus. Okay, like I'm not paying $400 for a complete slide. You can f right off with that because
Yeah, they should probably just dive fully in on their Gen 6. And because everyone else is already starting to attack the Gen 3 through 5 market, they should probably push in on Gen 6 and see what they can do for their 7. Because we know they're probably going to try and just keep doing new generations to stay ahead of the market.
and they still have yet to come out with a carbine.
True. Though there are rumors of one
There's
that
been
used to
rumors.
exist.
Oh, listen, like James Reeves or Military Arms Channel, they signed that NDA. They saw it. They know it's there, but they can't talk about it. But yeah, guys, check out Recover Tactical. This is probably one of my favorite little new accessories and rigs I got. My Sonscro Osprey 9 2.0 on there. This thing is just freaking awesome. Nice little PDW. This is a brace. It has the Velcro on it, so people out there that's like, oh, that looks like a stock. No, it's a brace. Chill out. So down the road, especially with you dealing with, patents and all that stuff, Glocks are the big seller. We know that. Have you ever thought about moving towards, like, say, CZP10s, Smith & Wesson M&Ps, anything of that sort?
So, and just because Dark's watching, Sig P320.
Yeah.
No, probably Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0. The Sig 365 we did kind of want to explore a little bit, but mostly it's going to be with Glock, and a lot of it also depends on what customers are going to want to buy and what our distributors want to buy. So if and we had funny enough we had this conversation with someone who was very adamant about getting a Sig or very adamant about getting a Glock 34. And we said, hey, man, we can make it. Realistically, we can. We can stop production. We can program it. We can make the slide. How many are you going to buy? And the guy's like, well, maybe one, maybe two.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know, man. So we can't stop production of what we have, which we're making, 500, 1,000 slides a month for various different gun shops, distributors for one or two slides. We'd have to fire employees and we'd lose a lot doing that.
We'd have to fire people. It's not happening.
I'm like, so if someone comes to us and says, hey, man, I'm going to order 1,000 slides. Can you do this? We'll definitely look into that. We're like, yeah, we could probably do this. We'll work with you. But one or two funny enough, we even got a request. Can you do a Ruger P89? Like, no, no, we're not going to do that. But I mean, we
Okay, for the
could.
people in the chat, I would have asked that. I have a P85. I've been wanting to put an optic on since for a good minute, and obviously I don't know if I can get that. I don't want to mill my OEM slide, so I
That
would.
we want to do. That we want to do. We want to do it someday. But we've talked to a lot of our competitors and peers, and there are just some absolute horror stories where people have done the RMR cut or whatever cut they wanted, and then some customers say, "Oh, well, I don't like it, so you owe me a new slide." And we're just like, "Oh yeah, we really don't want to deal with that right now while we're focused on this, but someday I think we'd like to get our own machine individually set up just for cutting RMR cuts for people, whatever slide they bring to us."
Yep. Yep. If I could find a P85 slide, like a complete slide, I would send it. I'd have to find someone to send it to cut, because if I could put like a Gideon Omega on my P85, oh, I will find someone to make a custom holster. I'll make a holster myself. I don't care. Like I would start carrying my P85 again. Like, oh man, now you got me thinking. I just want now. I just want an optic cut P85. So Ruger, if you're out there, bring back the P85 and make it optics cut.
I want their SR series back.
Yeah, there.
I
No,
really liked that.
the SR9 was such a like underrated gun, and me growing up in Massachusetts, it was on the roster. Like you could have a SR9. They were a very popular gun next to an M and
The
P.
takedown was so easy, literally just pop lever, pull slide, done. That
Yeah,
was it. No
it
tools, nothing.
it was such a good gun, and I feel like like you can still find them on Gunbroker for probably around $300 around there. I
Oh
want
yeah.
one, because I got the RXM. I've had the Security 9 Compact. I'd rather get the full size. Great gun. I do want to get a Ruger American. I'm a huge Ruger fanboy out of anything else. Like anything Ruger, I love. But the SR9, I feel if that came optics cut, I think it would be like a resurgence of that. Now you
That was
be
my first handgun, so I have a
really
love relationship. The
all right.
Ruger SR9E was my first pistol.
The 9E. Okay,
Yep.
okay because that I was just gonna say the Ruger SR9E is something I'm looking for, because there's just the regular SR9, but then there's the SR9E.
And the only difference, well, it's a little less weight,
Yep.
and it does not have the chamber indicator. Which, if you're familiar with your handgun, you don't need a chamber indicator.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's like you don't need a safety. The safety's in between your ears.
yep.
Exactly.
And funny enough, same model. My brother's first handgun was an SR45.
Okay, I've shot an
Yeah.
SR45. They're actually
So,
it's actually a pretty smooth shooting for SR40 45
and
handgun.
his came with the chamber indicator, and that's what we looked side by side, and we're like, "Oh, is that the only difference? Chamber indicator?" Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, pretty. I don't know why they stopped making it. Maybe I don't know. It's just the
Well,
price
they
of
made,
metal.
if I remember right, they switched from the SR series to the Ruger American series, and
Yep,
then from there to the Security 9,
yep.
and then I forget what they made after that.
They had the
Because at
Security
that point
9.
we were,
Yeah, and then I think they went to the RXM because the Security 9 was after the American, and they still make the American. It's just
yeah. I just
it,
didn't like the American as much. I hate saying that phrase, but I didn't like the American Ruger as much as I liked the SR series, which also, funny enough, was made in Arizona.
yep, Prescott,
Yeah.
Arizona. Yeah, this one. My RXM is actually. Does it say? Yep, Prescott, Arizona, right there.
Yep. It
Now
always
where?
disappointed me the Vaquero wasn't made in Arizona. It's in New Hampshire or something.
Yep. I think all their revolvers are made in New Hampshire. I've been by the plant in New Hampshire. It's a beautiful facility, and it's in probably my favorite area of New Hampshire. It's right near Mount Centipede. If you guys ever get a chance to go up there, it's the best. Go to Bubba's, right next to Lake Centipede. Greatest pizza you'll ever have in your life. But so how now you're in the Phoenix area or Scottsdale?
Tucson.
Tucson. Okay, so I always go Phoenix whenever I hear Arizona. Then it's Scottsdale. So how far are you from Prescott?
Oh, let's see. It's about what, 2 to 3 hours
Okay,
driving?
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not far.
So you're more towards the Nevada side of Arizona, or you're more toward?
We're about center south and probably about 80 miles from the border.
Okay, all right. So okay, I'm thinking you're like this is Nevada, this is Tucson, like
No, I mean
complete.
we can get up to Laughlin and God, what is the travel time from there? Like what, 6 hours?
Yep.
So
Yeah. That
I'm,
ain't
I'm
bad.
probably pronouncing that all wrong. Tucson to Laughlin. Oh yeah, about okay, 5.5 hours. I was almost right.
Yep. Now you from Arizona originally?
No, me. I was born in New York, but we lived out here most of our lives.
Oh, okay.
Uh, my brother is from Arizona originally. He was born and raised here,
Okay. All right.
and so we got family all over the country: Florida, New York, Pennsylvania. West Virginia. I think we even have a few poor bastards in California.
Yeah, California keeps getting the shaft. They really do. Now, I do want to ask, what do you get a how much of the 3D printed side of the firearms industry that kind of you get involved in? Do you do any 3D printing? Because again, I see your Glock slides as the perfect starter Gucci slide that you can make for a 3D printed Glock frame.
So we kind of want to get into 3D printing in the shop, not so much frame wise, because then we have to start considering getting an FFL.
Yep.
Mostly, I mean, well, we'll see what happens with the ATF over the next few years, but we're hoping good things. But there are things we already 3D print through one of our employees. Like, for example, if we need a new holster stand for one of our air guns or one of our Cerakote spray
Yep.
guns, he just 3D prints one.
Yep.
Need all the stands. If you look at the videos of us at SHOT Show,
Yep.
all the stands that held our slides were all 3D printed.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
So
really cool. I
yeah,
didn't know. I didn't know if you kind of because again, I don't know how I'm not really in the 3D printing crowd. I think it's really cool some of the designs that come out, especially on like the Glock frames or like the Nylogs, all that stuff. I think it's super cool. I just wish it wasn't so like uh, looked down upon by other people when they don't understand what 3D printing and like
I'm
personal made firearms is.
I'm
Right?
curious about what it can do in 10 years. Like someone's already tried to make 3D printed bullets. Does it work? No. They don't survive.
Yeah.
So they just shred right out of the barrel. It's the material's not strong enough, but I'm curious in the future, will someone create a better polymer? Will someone create just a better setup for it that we can start 3D printing stuff like that? Or can we start 3D printing more for our parts kits?
Yep.
And will it survive? Will it last like stuff, OEM stuff from like SCT or the Lock will? And I think someday, give it 10 years, and it very well might.
Okay.
There might be some really cool stuff that we're going to see people do in the next 10 or 20 years of 3D printing.
Okay. So you said you went to SHOT Show. How was this your first year at SHOT?
Yeah, we tried to go in 2023, did not happen. Because funny enough, we that was the first month we started, so can't go the first month you start.
Yeah.
Year two starting January 2024. Got invited to go by multiple businesses. Couldn't go. We were making too many slides we just started to actually get some real orders, so couldn't go.
Yep.
And then this year we got invited out by MMC Armory and Delta Team Tactical,
Okay.
and they were just like, "Hey, you want to join us at our booth?" And we're like, "Okay, yeah." So we joined them there, and that's where a lot of people met us up with was MMC Armory.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, were you in the basement or?
Where were we on first floor of the Venetian?
Yeah, it's the basement, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Well, did you get sick or no?
No, thankfully. A lot of people got sick
This
following
is
it.
why
We
I
did
don't.
not.
This is why I don't do shows because one, I can't afford to get sick, and two, I'm not really like I can people, but at the same time, I can only do it so much before like someone bumps into me more than once. Like I'm an annual pass holder at Disney, and I get annoyed very quickly, and I have to stop and like eat something to relax and get away. I'm not looking to get sick. I don't need to travel to Vegas. A lot of people give me crap for not going to shop, but I know this year a lot of people did get sick. So I'm like, did you get sick? Did
We
you
are
get
going to go next year, but we're bringing more people this time
awesome?
around because we it was my brother and his wife that went. They met a lot of people. They met Crump. They
Oh hell
met
yeah!
Jack of all trades. They met several groups of people, several social media presences, and we couldn't all go. Some of us had to stay and run the shop or run the social media,
Yep,
answer questions for people because we get emails all day long or we
yep.
get messages on all day long with it, and you just can't take a break because then people are like, "Hey man, you're ignoring me."
This is why I'm happy I don't have like a retail side because I'd get a message like that and I'd just be like, okay, F off.
It
Like,
has made me question, uh, which is
humanity. Dude, I'm the same way. One of the reasons why I don't miss gunsmithing is because it you just get bombarded and you're constantly being interrupted and people are questioning you. They don't like what you're doing. They don't like what you did. So they're just going to try and screw you over. It's like, I can't do retail. I can't do any type of retail.
There's
And
all kinds of OEM fanboys.
yep. Yep.
You get funny enough, we got harassed by 1911 people for a little while because it's not steel. How dare we? How dare we not do something completely in steel? That was fun to deal with.
Well, 17
Uh,
four stainless, that's pretty
yeah, that's what I
bad.
said. I was like, hey, our slide's steel, and they're like, yeah, but it's attached to a polymer frame. Why don't you do 1911 stuff? I'm like, well, we could, but it's not as popular, so probably wouldn't make as much money.
That's
And
why.
then
And
two,
you would think if 1911s were easier to build, they would probably be one of the most popular
oh
aftermarket
yeah,
slides. But you
and if
got
we
to
need
hand
an
fit
FFL
everything.
to make frames, that's the biggest thing is we need an FFL to make frames.
Yeah.
Need an FFL 07, and we don't have one.
Are you planning on getting one down the road, or it depends on where the world goes?
A lot of it depends on where the world goes. We'd love to get one, but it'll probably be a separate business. Maybe someone we know starts that side of it up, and we kind of just feed each other.
Yep. 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 I
And
get
it
that.
won't be necessarily be the same business doing the same thing. We'll probably feed somebody else, and they can
Yep.
run that side of it.
Okay. All right, I get that. Now, okay, so you're saying you're pumping out around 500 to 1,000 slides a month.
Hmm.
Um, is it just it all depends on lot orders? So what is your most popular slide? I'm guessing would be the Viper, wouldn't it, or would it be the Leonardo?
Absolutely the most popular.
Okay, all right.
That
So
that and the Zoom, and
this,
that's just because the Zoom's the cheapest model. But yeah, this is definitely the most popular model.
I that's my favorite one. I like the Viper the most. Now, do you and you supply the RMR cover for it too, right?
Yep. And unlike some where they did plastic, we went with aluminum.
Nice, classy, classy, classy.
Cost a
Look at
little
that.
more, but it's worth it. They don't crack, and the people who don't want to put an optic on there can Loctite them down, and they have a metal plate on there instead of something that's going to get cracked or get weather worn over the time. This will last them a while longer.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you just gotta be don't be too generous with that Loctite because if you ever decide to put an optic on, you're gonna be hating your life when you strip out a screw. Um,
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing you've gotten calls saying, I gotta send my slide to you. I cracked my screw off into the hole. Oh,
we
bless your
we
heart.
did, we actually just replaced the slide for the guy for that one. We're like, all right, and then we gave it to one of our employees who, in his off time, very delicately actually got it removed, and then we
Really?
ran a tap through it again just to make sure the threads were good. And yep, he was able to get it up and running. Now, like we can't sell it to a customer now, but now it can just kind of be one of our show pieces, well, something we can take to the range that we know
Yep.
works for us.
Yep, we
But
got 19 people watching, guys. Thank you so much. As we continue this conversation, we still got to pay some bills here. It happens. Hopefully, this actually doesn't mess up when I play this. But let's thank one of the companies that makes this show possible. Guys, you already know Liberty Bell Firearms is the place to go if you're looking for Cerakote applications, stippling, laser engravings, you name it, he can do it. You guys know he did the Kit Kat build, one of the staples here on the channel. He also did this pretty BA Green Power Ranger infused goodness with some laser engraving on it. Perfect Cerakote job. This is our Anderson Big Bore 450 Bushy AR-15 pistol. Guys, check out Liberty Bell Firearms. They are a proud sponsor of this podcast, and they give you guys a discount of 20% off if you use code JOJUICE. No minimum job required. Check them out. A veteran-owned company. Check out Liberty Bell Firearms, and we thank them for sponsoring to this podcast. Guys, Liberty Bell Firearms is the coolest. They are actually doing a job for my older brother right now. They're engraving his 1911, and he
nice.
used code JOJUICE to save 20% off. But this Cerakote is probably my favorite. It's their like FX or F something color. It looks kind of like a goldish green, and there's actually some gold on here. We got a Gideon Optics advocate on there, the best 1X prism optic you can get. 450 Bushmaster. It's pretty badass. All right.
It
Compact
does look
entry
pretty sweet.
stock. Yeah, look at that. Compact entry brace. Gearhead Wooks tail hook. Guys, look at that. Look at that. And that nice tank brake. Check out Liberty Bell Firearms, guys. They're awesome. I love them. Big thanks for sponsoring the show. Now with some of the Cerakote you do, are you experimenting with different colors that they come out with? Or are you just sticking to like a solid color scheme? Because I know Cerakote, they actually sell a couple different brands. Like this is a particular color scheme and all that. But do you just kind of stick with a standard color palette that you do?
Uh, we are working a little bit with what's it called? Gun candy,
Yep.
where you mix that in with the Cerakote. We were looking at blending Cerakotes. For example, there's this really nice purple I like that Cerakote makes, but they only make it in C series.
Yep.
And we asked them, like, can you make this in H series for us? We really like that. And they're like, no, but hey, how about you take this red and you take this purple blue and you mix them together, and that should make about the exact thing you're looking for.
Yep.
And we haven't had the time, but we'll probably start doing that. We are doing more stencils, like you saw the Camu. We do have a forest camo. There will be a leopard camo coming, and a bunch of new ones they told me not to talk about.
What Rhodesian camo, is that in the works or no?
That one was looked at maybe, but right now our Cerakote people are just like, this looks like it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass.
I get it. I get it. Kurt24 has a question. Will the Viper slide work with a ported barrel?
Yes, it will.
Well,
Absolutely will.
there we go. Stop my.
And we make sure to put windows on all, there we go, all three sides so that it will actually work. And no matter what ported barrel you get, granted, some of the ported barrels don't line up exactly right, so you are going to get a little bit of charring there. But
Especially on a white slide, guys. Don't.
it looks like toasted marshmallow.
I was thinking storm. I was thinking about doing a stormtrooper build with the Viper because Aim Surplus has that white SCT frame, and then I'm like, ooh, white SCT frame, black trigger, black controls, and then black like Magwell would be pretty nice. I got
We
all
are
these.
switching to a new white, I believe we're going to call it, is Arctic. It's
Okay.
going to be an Arctic white.
Yep.
And people will start seeing that coming up soon. And we do actually switch out colors every now and then. There's colors we've had. Either we stopped using it because it was a pain in the ass to use,
Yep.
or we stopped using it because it just wasn't popular. Like we used to have blue raspberry.
Okay.
Took forever to sell, so we just stopped stocking it. We had one that was bubblegum pink.
Okay.
Or no, what was it? Bazooka pink. And we got rid of it because eBay kept flagging all of our posts because bazooka.
Oh, this is
Yep.
what I hate eBay. Mm.
And it's not like it was somewhat popular. It was a very bright, like bubblegum style pink. So sometimes people would buy it, but every time we'd get flagged. And we don't like rename. We know some of our competition renames their Cerakote. Like there's one called NRA Blue. People tell us that we should rename it because they don't like the NRA.
Yeah.
Hey, I get that whatever your issues with the NRA are, but we want people to be able to color match, so we don't change the name of the color we use.
Yep.
So they can look up, hey, I need this blue to match this blue or this red to match this red.
Yep.
We want our customer to be able to match it 100%.
Yeah, of course, of course. Kurt24 is saying a white slide with a copper barrel would look hot.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. We have one of the Stormtrooper White Hellet with a copper barrel, and we have one of the Leonidas with a copper barrel, and it is amazing.
Nice, nice, nice. I again, I love the color schemes that you guys do. It tickles that artistic side of me because I've always said building guns and assembling guns or just tricking them out. It's my form of that's my Picasso. That's my that's my Mona Lisa. That's my artwork. And when you're able to customize them down to like the slide cuts and the color of it, it will make the whole gun. That Kit Kat gun literally started from a burnt bronze slide, and I'm like, I could do this, and then it's literally one of my favorite guns I own, and I shoot it probably better than half the guns I own, next to my dagger and my P85 because I could outshoot anybody with that son of a bitch. But all right, so some of the camo patterns you said you're coming, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, Rhodesian might not be coming because it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's okay. I Rhodesian my own high point. I love it. It's probably the dopest looking high point you'll ever find. And I've been told that high point will never do a Rhodesian baby poop factory, which, you know what? It's all good. I can have a one of one. Now, what are some of the things you're looking to add other than like a 17, 34, 26, all like the common stuff? Do you want to start getting into like custom barrels? Do you want to start getting into, say, magwells or magazine extensions, something other than just slides? Is that down the road? Do you plan on doing?
Eventually, we'd like to do different machining, maybe break into things that are not just gun related, maybe something like in the medical field or
Yep.
in the mechanical industry where, hey, we need this part made. What company can make it for us? Because it's a really, really crazy part that not everyone, that's just not stock. And we kind of wanted to get into that a little bit, diversify sometime down the road. And if that opportunity comes to us, we will. But a lot of it is going to be the gun industry. And I mean, eventually we'd like this to be a generational thing, pass it down to the next generation of, our kids, and maybe it'll go to the grandkids someday. And that's the ultimate plan for it, is just to keep it going. So if we're able to expand it into different avenues, they can run different stuff in the future and just keep it going.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. And having something you can pass down to your kids. That's that's the dream for everybody. Now, would you guys plan on doing, say, like GunCon or Goals or NRAM, any of those shows coming up?
We'd love to do a lot of them. And mostly it's just getting employees trained, getting new employees, and expanding the shop to a point where if we don't show up to the shop, everything doesn't go all chaos.
If we don't show up for a day, it doesn't implode. I think that's every business owner's just like goal. Like, I want to be able to, like, okay, I got some shit I got to handle today outside the shop. Can you guys not burn the place down? Like that, or can you guys
Because
not?
eventually you just crash out after a while. It's happened to me. It's happened to my brother. It's happened to his wife, where you've been working so long, 7 days a week, and you're working 12 to 18 hours a day, and then you've still got kids to take care of. You got to take them to school. You got to deal with all the student teacher appointments. Got to take them to the doctor, go to work, and bounce back and forth in between. And all of a sudden, you've been up for 18 to 20 hours, crash out, and go back to work. And in the middle of this 4 hour window where you maybe found some sleep, a part broke. And so you wake up and you go to the shop and replace the part and then go back home and hopefully get 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. How far are you from your shop?
Oh, thankfully not too far. It's about 30 minutes. Just, yeah.
That's an hour round trip to change
And
out an
that's during the
air.
day though. At night, like if it happens at night or really early in the morning, we can get there in like 15.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
mostly
wow.
traffic.
I deal with St. Pete traffic every day. All right, you don't you? I know that glass house of traffic. It's insane. But granted, I absolutely love my job. Red Dawn Resistance is up there.
Hey,
What's up, brother? Thank you for joining. All right, man. Well, hey, listen, I don't want to keep you too long because I know it's like dinner time. You're where you are in the world. I do got to pay the bills one more time, and then we'll close the show out, and we'll pimp everything else we got to do. I just gotta thank the longest standing sponsor of the Shooting the Woods podcast. Guys, this podcast is proudly sponsored by our friends over at Aegis Gun Care. You've been hearing me say this for years, that Aegis Gun Care is the leader in firearms cleaning applications. You got their cleaner, which is going to be able to take care of some of the most built up carbon you've ever seen. Then you hit it with the lubricant. We call it Joe Juice here. It is the best lube on the planet. It has rust inhibitors in it. It has a lot of great quality. It's going to preserve your firearm and protect your firearm. So, if you could do me a favor, head over to aegisguncare.com. You not only can get some amazing cleaning products, but you can actually get brushes, Q-tips, cleaning mats, merchandise, hats, t-shirts, you name it, they're all over there. An American-made business. We love Aegis Gun Care, and we want to thank them for sponsoring today's podcast. Make sure you guys use code JOJUICE for 10% off. Guys, Aegis Gun Care, best damn lubricant in the game. Have you ever tried Aegis Gun Care, Rob?
no, not yet. I did actually see them earlier. I saw you had tagged them in, so we just started subscribing to them.
Hell yeah. I mean, I try and preach the gospel of Joe Juice. It's the greatest lubricant on the planet. I'm not just saying that because they sponsor the show, but it's because I've used it personally. I've used it for years. I've never had a problem, and I've seen like people shower their FN 509s with CLP while they're on the range shooting, and half hour of soaking in the cleaner and then the lubricant. It ran like a top, and it was the cleanest gun. He's like, oh, and the guy bought some that night because he was like, this stuff's awesome.
Got to give that a shot.
I personally would tell people don't use CLP. Like, gun shops,
Hope
they have,
not.
gun shops, they have, deals with like Cleanse Oil, Breakthrough Clean, and all these other popular hoppies. They'd be like, oh, what do you use? I'm like, I use this. Don't buy this crap.
Yeah, I still got a cabinet full of hoppies, so eventually, once it
Oh,
runs out,
that's, I had my experience with hoppies, and I cleaned 15 guns with.
so you get high.
Yeah, I had all the window. I did not. I was not feeling good. I had all the windows closed. Ever since then, I've never touched it. I can't stand the smell of hoppies. It's out of control. But guys, check out Aegis Gun Care. Use code JoeJuice for 10% off. So yeah, Robert, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're welcome on anytime you want. If you got new products coming out, let me know. We'll pimp them as much as we can. But
And before we do, I do have one more that's the 100 I told you earlier that we sold. I
yep.
brought one with me, the SM19 Turbo.
Ooh, I like that. That's a okay. So
It's a little
that's
bit of a minimal ported barrel, only the top window, front and rear serrations, and of
okay.
course still comes with the RMR.
Look at that. That is okay. So that's like that in between the Hellet and the Viper. I like that. I like that.
Oh yeah.
That's nice, generous window cut. I
And
know.
this was a request. They wanted something like this, so we made it. And they bought 100 of them. They're going to keep buying more, and we're going to start selling these on the website sometime soon for just regular people who want to buy. We'll probably start posting them on eBay as well.
Hell yeah. I know my man Jay Weth out there who is all about the ported life. He probably would be into that because he ports every single gun. And my man Gamage out there. Guys, check out all these awesome channels. They personally use Stiffler Manufacturing slides. So, guys, check them out. Yeah, Robert, tell people where they can find you and tell them, anything else that we missed in the show, but we appreciate you coming on. Once I hit end stream, it's just going to knock both of us out. So I'll send you an email later on tonight or
Okay.
tomorrow morning. But yeah, go ahead. Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, we're real easy to find. Just Stiffler Manufacturing, Google that, or you can just go straight to our website, same name, stiflermanufacturing.com. And you can find us across every social media you can think of. We are on Facebook. We were on Reddit, not anymore.
Not anymore.
We are on Instagram, X/Twitter, and funny enough, even behind enemy lines on Blue Sky, where we actually, yeah,
Super based.
we're going to see how long we last there. We imagine we'll get banned eventually. But funny enough, we do have a few followers who are like, "Oh, hey, yeah, guns are great," and they're like, "And you'll sell guns to liberals?" I'm like, "We'll sell guns to all Americans. You want a gun part? You're American. Congratulations, it's yours. Like,
Hell
you're
yeah.
an American. You're allowed to have gun parts. We're 2A absolutists. So long as you're allowed to have guns, you're not some convicted felon, doing things you're not supposed to be doing. Build away."
Hell yeah, I think that's a good note to end on. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Next week, I forget who I have lined up. I might have to do some horse trading and get some people on, but I'm pretty sure I got a guest. I don't know. I gotta look at my schedule. But thank you guys so much. And if you could head over to the YouTube channel, if you're not already subscribed, we're 4 subscribers away from reaching our 5,000 subscriber goal for the end of the month. I'd really love it if you do. Also, make sure you're following us here on Rumble. This is where we can, we can hold guns on a live stream. Okay, who loves holding guns? Who loves doing that? We can talk whatever we want. We have no real, no one's censoring us. That's why we're here on Rumble. We're trying to get a big gun community over here. So appreciate you follow us on Rumble as well. Everybody in the chat that's listening tonight, we want to thank each and every one of you. Make sure you share this with all your friends. Without further ado, though. As always, I like to say this every single week. Stay safe, stay shooting, and we will see you guys soon. Robert, appreciate you coming on, guys, and we'll see you next week for the Shooting the Woods podcast. Peace.
Thanks for the invite.